Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first two live broadcasts for today. I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this on Facebook as well as LinkedIn, as well as on my YouTube channel. For those of you that are participating in the live webinar broadcast, welcome. It's Friday. We have one more week until the end of the month. One more week. Take your business to a whole new level. Now, it seems like every week, almost every day, new things are taking place on Facebook, new things are taking place on LinkedIn. And I usually hold back some of this information till we get closer to the end of a month to motivate everybody and get everybody excited about what they can do the following month. But some of this is so exciting and can have an immediate impact on your business that I'm going to give you some insights today, and I'm really going to lay it all out for you on Sunday night. All right, let me take a look and see if we have any questions. And if we have time, Debbie, Tiffany, I will look at conversations, okay? Get one last look. See who's here. Okay. So here's the deal. In horse races, a trifecta is a betting term where you pick all three horses in a race that win in a specific order. First, second, and third place. You pick all three in order, and you win a lot of money, depending upon what the odds are. Now, I'm taking that whole concept of a trifecta, and I'm applying it to social media and social networks, specifically because in October, I'm going to be adding to my bootcamp content, some training on Instagram. Instagram is owned by Facebook. So if we look at all the social networks that are out there that you could participate in, and don't get me wrong, any one of these social networks is going to give you direct access to anybody else that's using the network. First, it's going to be LinkedIn. And if you're not on LinkedIn, my friends, you better get over there, because every month they're adding 10 million people. Second, of course, is Facebook. And now third is going to be Instagram, because they're connected. Now, someone asked me the other day, I don't really have an Instagram account. Should I start one? And my answer to them was not necessarily. You have to take a look right now at where your activity is coming from. So for those of you that have a tremendous amount of activity on Facebook, then absolutely you want to, if you don't have it already, then you want to get connected on Instagram. If you have a lot of activity on Facebook, not Instagram, before you jump onto Instagram, I would urge you to jump onto LinkedIn, because you're already connected to people on Facebook. That's the sequence. LinkedIn is first, Facebook is second, Instagram is third. So again, a trifecta. LinkedIn is number one, 980 million users. And my guess is that when boot camp starts on the 5th of October, that number is going to be up to 990. Remember, I told everybody months ago that by November or the end of November, LinkedIn's going to have 1 billion users. Second, of course, is Facebook, which is now up to 3.08 billion users, followed by Instagram with 1.63 billion users. So there is no shortage of people for you to talk to. If you're buying leads, stop. If you're paying for traffic to drive people to your website, stop. You don't need funnels. You don't need capture pages. All you need is a profile, a presence on any one of these social networks or all of them, and then you're good to go. You can actually transform your profiles on any one of these social networks into a marketing magnet that will attract all kinds of people to you. Now, every new connection that you make on any of these social networks is like a seed planted in your garden of prospects. Every connection. You get to pick and choose the people that you want to be connected, but you also have the ability to proactively go out, look for people. Your daily activity, including texts, posts, likes, comments, and direct messages, proactively nourish your relationships with everyone. And what do we do in a garden? We water the garden. We water the seeds. We fertilize the soil. And then over time, what happens? The seeds grow, the seeds sprout. So when you only talk about your business with the prospects that you know need and want what you're selling, you'll close more sales while dramatically reducing or eliminating rejection from the entire experience. Yesterday, I gave a perfect example with one of my coaching students. His initial connection was made in October of 2021. And that was before he started working with me. So he reached out, hit her with a blatant promotional pitch. And she never responded. So she's been sitting in his list of connections for over 2 years. Last month, he made a change to his LinkedIn profile. She responded. And over the last 3 days, they have had a marvelous conversation. I'm going to turn it into a case study, because now she's looking at his business. Initial connection, 2021. 2 years later, she's looking at his business. So why do most salespeople fail? Truth is, they don't follow up. It doesn't matter where you are, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. It's not about reaching out to somebody, making a connection and closing a sale. It takes time to develop a relationship. And the beautiful thing about LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram is that relationships are established almost instantly, as soon as they accept you. 48% of salespeople never follow up with prospects. For those of you that are old students, I would bet that I could jump into any of your accounts, and at least 20% of the people that you're connected to are due a action, I mean, literally, you haven't followed up. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. A contact could be a post. A contact could be a like, a comment, or a share. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. When George Ruiz followed Jimmy Smith from USANA into Isagenix a year and a half after Jimmy jumped in, Jimmy had reached out to George 32 times. When George went over to Isagenix, he built $1 million business, made Jimmy a lot of money. As a matter of fact, working with George, we helped him develop $60 million earners in Isagenix. Follow-up. You follow up with your best prospects. And frankly, sales statistics tell the story. The fortune's in the follow-up. 2% of sales are made on the first contact, 3% on the second, 5% on the sales, which means that only 10% of sales are made on the first 3 contacts. 10% of sales are made on the fourth. So 20% of overall sales are made on at least the 4th contact. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. Last month, we demonstrated where one of my students reached out to someone who was an incredible prospect. Incredible. The initial connection was made in November. Now, while my student tried to engage the person in a conversation, the person didn't respond for 3 months. It wasn't until end of January that they responded to anything that they did. It wasn't until March that a conversation developed. But by June, she enrolled him in her business. Now, the interesting thing was during this period of time, she only spent an hour devoted to texting this person back and forth. And what did she learn? She learned that he had been in 5 network marketing companies over the years, never had any success, swore off ever getting involved in another network marketing company. She signed him up in her business in June. The fortune for all of you is in the follow-up. So if you're looking for a game changer in your business, this is it. In October, I'm going to reveal for the first time brand new prospecting and recruiting strategies that will enable you to connect with the best prospects for your business, from LinkedIn's 980 million users, Facebook's 3.08 billion users, and Instagram's 1.6 billion users. And we're going to release the major portion of them on Sunday night. So you need to go to maxsteingart.com/social selling. This one is going to fill up. There's only room for 1,000 people. So I urge you not only to register for it early, but to invite members of your team. Additionally, I've extended a promotion for our October bootcamp. We're adding Instagram. So go to maxsteingart.com/bootcamp. Use the promo code. Big deal. For those of you that are former students, if you have any older promo codes, they don't work. Not only are we going to be covering Instagram, but we've also added a 5th session, the daily routine of top earners. When you know what the top earners in your business know and apply it to your business, they don't talk about these things. You're all on your way to becoming a top earner yourself. Now, just like every boot camp is different, every retreat is different. You could also register for the October boot camp and the retreat together Go to maxliger.com/retreat combo. Use the promo code. It's special. Go big fast. It'll drop the price to $199. Or you have 2 payments. The success stories, people that came out of the retreats, mind-blowing. Nancy came out of the retreat, signed up 41 customers, 1 business builder in 5 days. 5 days. How did that happen? She was already connected to people. She just had to go back and start conversations with the people she was already connected to. Next month, she signed up 62 more customers, 2 more business builders, and one of her business builders that she got the month before acquired 59 customers. Tiana, after the retreat on Sunday, she signed up 6 people on Sunday. Tom Martin, after the retreat, made 1 post, had 20 people respond, spoke to 13 of them, and signed up 4. And Todd started using our strategies for enrolling whales. And after 10 days, he enrolled 3 whales in a row. So you go to maxliger.com/bootcamp, use the promo code Big Deal, or maxliger.com/retreat combo. Now, how would you feel if you knew in advance that the people you were talking to needed and wanted what you're selling? So you never, ever are rejected when you're talking to people. That's how you're going to feel. How would you feel if you could close 80% of the people that you talk to about your business on LinkedIn and Facebook? That's how you're going to feel. This is what my students are doing. That's what you're doing. You could be doing it too. It all comes down at the end of the day, the conversation. Who are you talking to? What are you saying to the people that you're talking to? All right, I'm going to pop out of here. Going to jump over to LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn has added some new features that are going to make this whole process possible, especially when it comes to following up. Come over to your network, and the feature that you're going to look for is celebrations. So you can see who has changed their jobs, started new jobs, who is having a birthday, and who is celebrating a work anniversary. Now, I'm going to log out of my account. And first, we're going to jump into Tiffany's account.
Hey, Max.
Good morning, Tiffany. Now, let me just kind of give everybody an example of what we're talking about. Then we'll jump into the. So Tiffany is relatively new to LinkedIn. And she's only got 817 people. Now, if we look at these 817 people, we go for looking. $163 people that she's already connected to are looking. Open. Another 247. Seeking 90. Searching 35. Now, that means, and you could all do this, right? We come back over here to your network. You have 817 people. %65 of the people that you're talking to, that you're connected to, are actively looking for something else. And these numbers are going to change all the time. So who are we looking at?
Dominica, Domenica.
Okay. Now, this is why it's critically important, folks. If you want to have results, I am giving you a precise script, like you could follow a recipe to making a key lime pie. Use the scripts exactly like they're given to you. You respond to the people that respond to you, and you're on your way to having outrageous success. So let's take a look at who she's talking to. She's a store manager, okay? And we come down here, we look at her history. So she worked at this company for 8 years and left after 8 years. Now she's a store manager at Burlington. So she has a history of retail sales management. Let's pop up here a little bit. So again, following the scripts, what do you know about the network marketing business model? I know I'd like to hear more. Okay, so what's next for her? Let's see, let's review. So you reached out to her in June with the connection message, and 3 days later she accepted you. She didn't respond to the question about how long she's been on LinkedIn. So now we start conversations with this. Why do you want to leave your current job? Okay, I love challenges and teamwork, but most important is a work-life balance. You don't have that in retail. All right, so what is your favorite part of management? Could be a project, personnel, team. So it's been a while, September. But you see, here's the thing. While she's not talking to this person, she's posting. The person sees what she's doing. Thanks for reaching out. How is well with you? The search is slow. What job are you looking for? I want out of retail, something remote, hybrid. I'd love to work for a nonprofit. I'd love to feel like I'm making a difference with kids. Retail management has taught me a lot. I'd love to roll those skills over. Now you're starting to transition over. You know, there are many remote opportunities available to someone with your experience. But we wanted to find out, what would your salary requirements be? Okay. $85,000 range. About $1,600 a week. But your project launch script would catch her attention. Okay, now the continuation of the transition strategy. Many of the retail management professionals that I work with that have burned out. See, the more you know about someone, you build that into the transition, that have burned out careers and want to do something else, are launching new careers. With your previous experience, you'd be very successful, or I wouldn't be talking to you about this. What do you know about the network marketing business world? I know I'd like to hear more. All right. So what do you know about Amway, Nu Skin, blah, blah, blah? I've heard of them. Did Avon. Okay, now let me now here's what you have to do. We have to go in and we have to explain to her. Let me explain to you how network marketing works today. And so we have that script that basically show, network marketing companies, blah, 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 blah. Only we have a new one. Did I send you that one?
No.
Okay. So what I have to do is I'm going to send you, because she's in management, and the new script is designed to explain network marketing to someone that with the emphasis on building teams. So I will send you that today.
Okay.
And then basically what you're going to do here is, we'll kind of, we'll go over together. And in the meantime, send her something motivational just to let her know you're there. Now, this was Wednesday, today's Friday. So actually, just hang out and wait. I'll get this over to you today so you can shoot it over to her. Now, basically what you're going to do, because it's Friday, I hope you had a great week. And then go into it. But you're gonna want the new one. And this new one, I have to tell you, is hot. Debbie's been using it, and it really makes a difference. Not that there's anything wrong, let me say this, with the old one. All right. So let me pop down here. And
Hey, Max.
hi, Debbie. So who are we looking at?
Brittany Dunham. We used the new script on her.
Okay.
She's the one. So we used the new script and we used some, some of the normal numbers. And I had a feeling, afterwards that she was tighter financially, even though she has good experience.
Mhm.
So this answer doesn't surprise me, but she'd be very good at this.
So she's been looking for a job since March.
And literally like a week or so ago, unemployment ran out.
Gotcha.
Which is why I went into the script.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's where you're about to launch the the project launch script. Let's come up here a little bit first. Okay. So Tiffany, this is how the script would work for someone all right. So we asked her, how does network, what do you know? So she got this off the internet. Network marketing business model, it's a strategy that leverages a network of individuals to sell products or services. So what happens with people like this is that they're thinking about, well, who do I know? Now, the more people they can think of that they know, all right, so I'd be happy. Network marketing is an industry where large companies use word of mouth advertising to generate sales and reward their distributors with general commissions for the sale of products or services that are constantly in demand and serve a huge market. The top earners, leaders, and trainers in every company. See, this is what we've done. We've added the top earners, leaders, and trainers in every company earn 6- and 7-figure incomes by doing the things that you like to do and help to develop and train large teams of distributors to become successful. What attracts most professionals with your experience to the network marketing business model is a residual income component. Once people start buying the products of a company being recommended by you or members of the team that I'm going to help you build, everyone continues to get paid every time they reorder. And you receive a substantial commission on what you sell, plus an override on everything anyone on your team sells. So what we're doing is we're modifying the script to fit someone that has extensive management experience, someone that knows about building teams, I mean. Right, so that's. And so basically, Debbie, in your case. What you're gonna do. Is. Is just stay in touch with her. You know, that's really. All you can do.
Anything in particular to respond to her?
Well, let's see. And then with project launch script. And then you talk about the company. Where you've gone and you've explained. The rest of this. Okay, now she's coming back. Okay, and she's saying, hey, I thought about it. Looked over my finances. Now. What you could do. I would consider it as a side hustle. So the thing that you might want to do. Is say, look, I understand. Okay, I understand. But your. Unemployment is about to run out. And while you're looking. For a new job. This would be a way. Where you could make an extra $500. Or $1,000 a week. I'm not telling you not to continue to look. But that's the approach I would take with her, especially since,
Okay.
Since your employment's running out and you do have the skills. If you have an hour or two a day. Let me help you. Generate some side income. Okay, so I thought about it. So what I would say is, look, I understand your need to locate something with stability. Okay, now. Because my company has an 80 whatever percent reorder rate. There is stability in building your network, but I understand that you need to be into something that, so I get this part. So what I'm going to suggest is if you can devote 2 hours a day to doing this, 10 hours a week, I can show you how to generate $500 a week, $1,000 a week, almost immediately. And see what she says.
Okay,
All righty.
thank you.
And then, of course, as Carla says, well, she says she could put her investment on a credit card and create income while she's waiting for a job. But my guess is gonna be that her credit cards are maxed out or close to it. But it is certainly something that you could suggest, but we don't want to do it in a salesy way.
Right. And I could see doing that maybe a little bit later down the line, that there's more conversation to be had.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shaq, send me a little note over on LinkedIn to remind me, and I'll make sure I send it over. Okay? So as for the rest of you, let me remind you, Sunday night, check that out. It's going to be a game changer for all of you. I'll be back at 1 o'clock today. We'll look at some